Shearer, the OECD's calling for a capital gains tax, but my understanding is it's a bit more comprehensive than what you guys would be calling.
Well, I think that the point is that a capital gains tax is the right way to go. It'll control property prices, but it'll also mean that we put money in the right areas rather than the wrong areas. So we put money into businesses and productive enterprises rather than putting money into property speculation like in Auckland.
Is it just your thinking that it would only apply to everything but the family home?
That's our policy. I believe that's the right policy, that we try and dampen down speculation, that we encourage people to put money into businesses and profitable enterprises rather than putting them into speculation.
Mr. Shearer, do you believe that Sir Douglas Graham should lose his knighthood?
I would like to think that Sir Douglas Graham would hand back his knighthood. I think that would be the honourable thing for him to do. He's done some wonderful things in his life, but I think in this episode he really does need to consider about whether he should have that knighthood.
Well, what about all the wonderful things? Shouldn't he be able to be remembered for those?
And he will be remembered for those, but at the end of the day there are thousands of New Zealanders that lost their futures and their life savings because of the actions and decisions he took.
What about his Privy Council estate as the Right Honourable?
Well, again, that's something he's going to have to consider, but I do believe that in particular the knighthood, he should consider handing that back.
Do you think Bill Jeffries, a former Labour Justice Minister, should hand back his honourable status?
Well, I believe the same applies to him as well. I mean, he is somebody that, again, has done some good service for the country, but at the end of the day, he has misled a lot of New Zealanders into believing that they had a future, and they didn't have a future, and lost those people's money.
The Novopay ministerial inquiry is out today. Are you concerned that Labour could be apportioned some of that blame?
No, I'm not, because we went into that with our heads in the right position, and what has happened is that the government did not follow through. It pushed the button well before it was ready to go out. If there were bugs in that system, the bugs should have been ironed out before the government pressed the go button.
Will this go any way to alleviate the pressures that teachers and schools have been under?
Well, teachers and schools are still under an enormous amount of pressure. The publicity has gone off them, but every school that I go into, teachers are still in a really precarious situation, working longer hours, just trying to rectify the mistakes. This should never have been allowed to have happened. It should have been the government that did not press the button before it was ready to actually go live.
What did you think of Russel Norman's attacks on John Key over the weekend? Are you happy to be, have a potential coalition partner playing into these kind of attacks?
Well, that's his own decision to do that. I think most New Zealanders would rather hear from us about what we want to do to alleviate their situation and make their lives better. Affordable housing, bringing down the cost of living, creating the jobs that everybody is looking for.
Do you think he came across as shrill and divisive, the same things that he was labelling John Key in the week leading up to the AGM?
Oh, look, that was his decision about how he wants to play his politics. That's over to him. I don't have a comment to make about that, but what I do believe people want to see from all of the opposition is how we are going to make lives better for them, for hard-working New Zealanders.
How do you think he came across, though? Do you think he came across as shrill and divisive?
I didn't see his actual performance. I only just read the transcript. But look, that's just the way politics is played. If he wants to play it that way, that's his decision. But the key thing is making sure that we put the policies in front of people that will see that we can make a real difference to their lives.
Do you think John Key sounds like Rob Muldoon?
I think Rob Muldoon was 30 years ago. Most New Zealanders don't even remember Rob Muldoon. The point is that if we want to be moving forward, we have to be putting policies in front of people that are actually about creating jobs, bringing down the price of power, building affordable homes.
Do you think it's a fair comparison?
Well, I think that obviously when you look at the two regimes, they were both focused on vested interests. So I think from that point of view, there's a similarity. But ultimately, it shouldn't be about what went on in the past. It should be about what goes on in the future and how we can make lives better for New Zealanders. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.